Hello there, so today we're going to be testing out, dabbling in an eyeshadow palette that I got from AliExpress, of course. Like, would you be shocked if I said from Harvey Nichols? If you're not in the UK, that's like a super, like, upmarket, proper expensive department store. So, I mean, really, I don't think I'd even be allowed in there. Could you imagine me going in with my tassel earrings? They would be like, excuse me, who are you right now? Anyway, guys, so today I'm going to be testing out the Handaiyan. This is the Renaissance palette with the, what should be a legal Comic Sans font. Whose idea was that? I don't know, but it was a really bad idea. Let's be real here. And this is what she looks like. We've got all shimmers along the top and then all mattes down below. It's kind of like, you know, party at the top, business down below. I have no idea what I'm going to create, but I'm going to create a little bit of a look. I'm going to swatch these and then we can just find out if the palette is actually any good. This was £4.96, so just under £5. It's come with a little brush, which we can have a little inspection. Oh, it's a little bit underwhelming, guys. With the Focaliure palettes, you get like a really like super sassy, fluffy, excuse me, come on phone, like we cannot be having this. Nobody has been in touch with me all morning. Switch on the camera. It's kind of like a call. Everybody get in touch with Anwen right now. I mean, really. But anyway, yeah, so we've just got a little bit of like a, what kind of brush is it? I have no idea. And then like I call this the 1980s brush. Well, it's not a brush, it's a sponge, before brushes were like a thing. Okay, so I'm just going to begin with the swatches and then we're going to move on to the eye look. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I was watching a Willem Belly video and he goes, I'm feeling good today. And I've just like got that in my head like all day. I'm feeling good today, and it's just going round and round my head. But anyway, okay, so I am going to start off with the mattes today. So I'm going to go in with the mattes and we're just going to do this. I'm going to start with this shade. Okay. This palette has been recommended to me as well by a couple of my subscribers, so I'm very excited. Not very excited about that first swatch, but just keep in mind that swatches are only swatches. I've had eyeshadows that swatch terribly but actually blend beautifully upon the eye. So the reason why I like to do swatches is purely so that you can, and I can, see what kind of shades are in the palette. I try not to judge a swatch too much. Believe me, I do. I love judging a good swatch, but I just try and keep in mind that, you know, just take them with a pinch of Viagra. I mean, really. But anyway, so this is Slay, this shade. Okay, I'm just going to stop talking and swatch. Not blowing my pants off right now. If you know, let's call a dildo right now.
Is it there? I can barely see anything. I was wondering, is there anything that's actually deposited onto my arm?
Okay, so these are all of the matte swatches. I actually think that the shades look really, really nice, particularly this kind of corally shade, and this pink shade maybe will be okay upon the eye. It's obviously not the most pigmented swatch, but that doesn't mean it won't be good on the eye. So I'm just going to get rid of these and I'm going to swatch the shimmers.
A lot of the time, if I swatch like really good eyeshadows, I'm kind of like reluctant to wipe them off my arm. This time I'm just like, okay, let's do this, bitch. Let's just get these off. I mean, really, move on to the next. So, I don't know, I'm just feeling a little bit like that. I don't know if these earrings are just making me feel super sassy today, but anyway, I'll just...
Shimmers, blow my pants off. I'm ready for you. I'm ready. Okay, so this one. Oh my gosh, whoa back Nelly. I mean, it's a bit chunky, but I'm liking it. It's got a lot of sass to it, actually. My earrings approve of this one. Let's have a look. Oh! Oh! yeah, okay. So, I mean, it's nice. It's actually really nice. Like, it's giving that wet look sheen.
I mean, they've definitely got that wet look sheen look to them, but they are a little bit, like, chunky, and I do feel like they've got tiny little bits of glitter in them. Potentially, I like the shade of this one. By the way, look at my wrinkly fingertips. I don't know why I've got wrinkly fingertips right now. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Do you know what? I feel like this palette is all about the shimmers. I mean, the shimmers are actually, they're really, really beautiful. Look at that. Okay, I mean, that's a little bit shade, but still pretty. And the last shade is a Wonderland, which is this beautiful bronzy shade. Oh my gosh.
So, I'm definitely more excited about the shimmers within this palette. Look at these. They look really, really pretty. They do feel slightly chunkier, so I don't know how they're going to go on the eye, but let's just find out. I mean, let's fucking find out. So I am going to begin with the eye look, and I feel like I'm going to go in with this peachy shade. I think that's like the obvious shade to go in with. Probably not very imaginative or creative from me, but just how she rolls. So I've got my Morphe brush. I have no idea what... Oh, there's a lot of powder coming off. Okay, let's get you in. Let's get you in. Look, she's so professional. Like a lot of these YouTubers have a zoom function on their camera. I don't have a zoom function. I just kind of pull you in towards me. Are you getting the impression that she's quite the basic banana over here? I mean, really? Okay, so I've got a little bit more. Let's just see. By the way, can you see that little spot? That just appeared like this morning. I was like, excuse me, who are you? When did you arrive? How long are you staying for? I have no idea what it is, but it's there. So if you know what that is, could you let me know, please, if there's any wannabe doctors? Like, it's a bit sore as well, you know, when I'm kind of blending on it. I mean, really, I was starting to get all worried, you know, like you do sometimes if, you know, you get afflicted with something on your face. And I just started thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to get huge. I'm not going to be able to blend anymore. There's going to be a newspaper article about the makeup junkie who actually isn't able to even put makeup on anymore because she's got a giant spot infestation on her eyelid. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, that's so sad. I mean, I hope that doesn't actually happen. By the way, I've dipped in maybe like 3 times now to this eyeshadow, and I got a bit distracted with talking about my spot, so I've not really been paying attention, but actually it's given me a really beautiful pop of peach within my crease, and I'm loving it. It blended out really nicely. I like it. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the coral shade. I can never resist a coral shade. I love a coral shade. There's a lot of kickback. Why am I thinking kickback? I don't think it's kickback, is it? But there's a lot of powder just popping its way off there.
Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend till your bra pops right off. Blend till your bra breaks. That's what I always say.
Okay, I'm loving it, guys. Like, I'm really, really loving it. I love the coral. I feel like these shadows didn't swatch well. They did not swatch well at all. But I feel like they're blending out really, really nicely on the eye. I'm going to go in... oh, God, I've got no fucking idea. What are we doing next? I want to put, like, this ginger snap in the crease. So I might just pop a little bit of macaron into my... crease. Okay, so I've got lots of macaron on my brush, and we're just going to pop it all up on there. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I did a little post the other day to say that I've done a haul on Shop. Is it Shop Misse? I have no idea, but anyway, I've done a little haul on there, so that's going to be coming soon. Oh my gosh, I'm loving these shades. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. You know, this reminds me a lot of the Lime Crime Venus palette. Not in terms really of the shadows, but I feel like, you know, because I've been playing around with this coral a lot, and this shade, I just feel like I'm getting quite a similar look, you know, to what I paid £45 for. So I'm kind of really liking that. And also today was a toss-up whether to film the like a review of the Venus palette or film a first impression of this palette. So it's really strange. I've like created the same look I've been creating all week with the Venus palette. I mean, really. Okay, so under the eye, we're going to go in with a bit of macaron.
I want this to be like a glorious, sassy sunset eye. That'll be the name, the Sassy Sunset. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of, oh, it's called Santa Baby, this coral shade. Santa Baby, come down my Christmas tree for me and pop a present in my vagina. Don't do that, Father Christmas. Honey will not be happy with that. I mean, really, could you imagine? Oh, yes, Father Christmas came last night. He literally came last night. I mean, really, that's so rude. Anyway, let's just get back to the under eye. I mean, really.
Oh my gosh, these eyeshadows blend out so beautifully. I know I just look like a little bit avant-garde over here. Well, some might say avant-garde, some may say lunatic. But, oh my gosh, I'm just loving it. I am loving it. Oh my gosh, and I can't believe how similar this look is to what I've been creating with the £45 Lime Crime palette. I mean, kind of salty about that right now. Okay, so we're going to move on to the shimmer, and I am going to go in with this shade. I do love the look of this beautiful, like, lilac-y shade, but I really want to go in with this, like, pinky, goldy shade right now. So I'm just going to apply with my finger. It looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Oh my vagina. Oh, I'm loving it right now. Look at that. And I mean, does it look chunky? Let me see. I mean, it does look a bit chunky. It was looking great when I'm like this, but then as soon as my eye moves, then you can see like all my eye wrinkles. And it's so sad. Like, literally, guys, if you don't have like, you know, temperamental eyelids because you're young at this point, enjoy having your super taut, non-textured eyelids, because believe me, I wish I could go back and appreciate them more. Okay, so this is what the shimmer looks like on the eye. As you can see, like, when I say chunky, I mean, can you see like it's just kind of catching on just every single rivet of wrinkly skin on my eyelid? A sentence I never wanted to hear myself say, but that's the truth. What I'm going to do is apply a little bit of Fix Plus, and I'm actually going to use the brush that came with the palette. I'm going to use the 1980s Beast. So I'm just going to I'll pop a little bit of the, it's called Ginger Snap, this shadow. So I popped a little bit on my brush, just blow away some of the chunks. That's what she said. Ugh, that sounded awful, didn't it? But anyway, okay. Fix Plus that fecker up, and let's just apply this. Sometimes if you apply a bit of Fix Plus onto a chunky shadow, it can smooth it out a little bit, I find, and just kind of keep it in check. Look, see, it looks great like that. Can you see? It looks beautiful. But watch this. It's like a crap magic trick that nobody wants to experience. Watch when I move my eyelid. Okay, so it's not as chunky as before. I definitely don't think it is. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye. I'm going to apply my mascara, and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts. I was a bit itchy then. Oh, and I've itched. Look, can you see? I've put the shimmer all on my neck. I mean, really. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in a second. So I'm just going to finish this off with a little pop of this beautiful goldy. Let me just show you this. Goldy, no, it's more of a champagne shade, sorry. I'm going to pop this in my inner corner and as well, just to show you, like, these shimmers are very chunky. And I don't say that in a bad way, but they are, like, more on the chunky side. They're more like pigments, can you see? They kind of are a little bit putty-like, but they're not putty, but they're a little bit putty-like, if that makes sense. Can you see the indents that I've made, particularly in this one that I've been using? Just wanted to show you that. Anyway, so I'm going to pop a little bit of this champagne-y one into my inner corner. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, I'm really loving this palette, guys.
I feel like if there ever has been a palette that's like living proof of the notion that we should not judge a palette off the swatches, I feel like it's this palette. Also, if the lights changed a little bit, I really do apologise. We've got a fucking blizzard going on right now. It's the fucking beast from the east. He's back. And by the way, I'm not going to bore you with talking about the weather. No fucker wants to know about the weather. I mean, how boring is that? But anyway, just let you know, if the colours changed and you're thinking, what the hell is going on up in there? Has Anwen entered into the party portion of the video? No, it's just the weather. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara and she'll be right back.
Okay, So I finished the look. I think the palette is beautiful. I absolutely love the mattes. If anything, right, the mattes are so comparable to the mattes in the Venus palette. The shimmers in this palette are head and shoulders better. Literally, the mattes in this palette, they're good, but they're not as good as ones in this palette. I feel like, right, this I don't want it to be a comparison, but just to give you the info, because I feel like it might be interesting. But the mattes in this palette, right, you apply them, they're kind of pigmented, but I find that you end up blending them away a lot and you have to like apply a lot of product, whereas with this palette the pigment seems to stick a lot more to your eye when you blended it on. I don't know, guys, like it's a very similar formula, but as I said, I much prefer the shimmers in this palette. I think that the shades are beautiful. I think you could have so much fun with this palette. I like wholeheartedly 100% recommend this palette to you. Thank you so much to everybody that recommended it to me. I really appreciate it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I did order another Handaiyan palette and I can't wait for that to arrive. I just thought though, just to finish off up in here, I just thought I would apply a little bit of this like beautiful frosty shadow to my brow bone. It feels like it's just screaming out, Anwen, don't forget about me for your fucking brow bone. I mean, really. So I'm actually going to use, again, the little brush that came with the palette. I feel bad for criticising it now because I've used it quite a lot. It's come in handy. Okay, so I've just got a little bit of that frosty shade up in there. Okay, so I don't think this is the best brush for it. I'm going to use the other side of the brush. Can you see that? What do you think, guys? Do you know what? I've just got a feeling in my vagina right now that this would make a wonderful tip of the nose highlight. Shall we see? Yeah, I think that's brought my nose to life a little bit. Just waiting here for the party bus to come beeping, just beeping outside like, hey Anwen, we're ready to take you and your fabulous nose highlight away. Okay guys, anyway, so that brings us to the end of the video. Great palette, totally recommend, love it, pop it in your basket. I do not think you would regret it. So yes guys, thank you so much for watching. Have I already said thank you? I don't know. Anyway guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. I said thank you for watching again. She's so polite. I mean, she's so freaking polite. But anyway guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.